Hey friends, we are taking off for Chicago to participate in what, Holly?
The Fleadh Cheoil.
The Fleadh Choil. That's an Irish music festival and competition. We are both competing in two different categories. Holly is competing with the Indianapolis Ceilidh Band.
That's right.
I'm competing on the mountain dulcimer, and winners get to go to Ireland and participate in the All-Ireland Fleadh. And we're going to make a little YouTube documentary of our adventures this weekend. This is going to be fun, isn't it?
I'm so excited.
So you guys get to take a trip with us. Stay tuned. So this place is awesome. We've never been here. Farmhouse Restaurant, north of Lafayette, about halfway between Lafayette and Chicago. It's on a working dairy farm, which is very cool. For our appetizer, we got some of their cheese curds. There's a really nice cheese. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, that is amazing. And the meals come with complimentary cornbread. Let me tell you. This is some really good cornbread. So for my lunch, I ordered the breaded tenderloin. I know a lot of you are not from Indiana, and I appreciate all of you that follow me. Breaded tenderloin is a Hoosier thing, and it is a pork tenderloin, and it's breaded and deep fried. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to try this. After a lunch break and a switch of drivers, my lovely wife is driving the rest of the way, mostly because I do not like driving in Chicago. We are on our way. So this is our second year going to the Fleadh. Last year it was in St. Louis, and I participated, our third year going to the Fleadh. That's right, we've been for 3 years. This is my second year competing and Holly's third year competing, right? So she competes with the Indianapolis Ceilidh Band. Last year I competed in adult male vocals and won. This year I'm competing in the miscellaneous instrument category, and my instrument of choice for this weekend anyway, I played a lot of different instruments, is the mountain dulcimer. So anyway, we're about an hour and a half away from our destination, and we'll get unpacked and see what's going on. And 6 hours later, we have made it. I gotta be honest, the drive up here was pretty much a dumpster fire. It was just awful. The folks are already gathering for all the festivities tomorrow, a hotel full of truly world-class musicians. And although I won't be able to tape any of the competitions, that's strictly against the rules, you'll get to hear lots of good music in this video. So we're in Northbrook, Illinois for the Fleadh Choil 2024. So I'm back home, as you can tell, and that's because I recorded a bit kind of explaining what a session was. A lot of sessions go on in this, and for whatever reason I recorded it in slow motion and I can't speed it back up. So a session is just a group of musicians getting together to play traditional Irish music, and there are sessions going on all the time here in at the Fleadh. So here's a little glimpse at what a session is. Okay, it's day 2 of the Fleadh Cheoil here in suburban Chicago, Illinois. It is about 7 o'clock on Saturday morning. Last night the competition started with duos and trios. Today competition runs all day long in all kinds of categories, finishing up tonight with the Ceilidh Band, which is the final competition of the night. My competition is about 1:30 this afternoon, and I am competing number 3 in the list against 2 guitarists, and that should be an interesting matchup. I'm going to admit I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. We had some wicked thunderstorms through here for several hours last night, high winds and constant lightning and lots of thunder, so I was up a good part of the night. So I may try to get a little nap in between now and then. But anyway, we'll go down, have breakfast, and get our day going. So it's 9 o'clock and competition is starting at 9 o'clock. We start off with solo instruments like fiddle, banjo, several other instruments. and I'm not allowed to take video in the competition room, but you can tell that activity here in the lobby has really quietened down because people are either rehearsing for their competition or they're already in their competition. So this is a wonderful opportunity for musicians of all ages, even my age. If you win or take second place, you get the opportunity to go to Ireland and play in the All-Ireland Fleadh, which is the dream of a lot of us. I've never had the opportunity to do that. I'm a relative newcomer to the world of Fleadh music, although I've been a professional musician for 50 plus years. I am not allowed to take video in the competition rooms for obvious reasons. Many of them do involve children, although there are adult categories. But so far this has been a really great weekend. I got to jam with some old and new friends last night. I've got about 4 hours before my competition. I'm going to go up to my room at some point, break out the dulcimer, do a little bit of practice. Had a great breakfast this morning, got to meet with an old friend that I've not seen for a while. And we'll just keep you updated on what's going on. So it's noon. That means I'm about an hour away from reporting for my competition, which starts at 1:30, assuming everybody is still running on schedule. So I came up to the room to just get a little me time, get a little time just to kind of reflect and run over my song a few times, although I practiced it enough over the last 5 or 6 months. I don't know how much more practice I need or how much it's going to do me. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of musicians I'm competing against. I'm really not much of a competitor. I much prefer to play for pleasure, but the chance to go participate in Ireland in the All-Ireland Fleadh is a pretty big deal for me. Not a lot of people get to do that. So, you know, in just about an hour, I'm going to be giving it my best shot, and I don't think I'll be doing anything between now and then. Check in after the competition, let you know how I did. So my competition is over, and I did not qualify. As a matter of fact, nobody in my class qualified for Ireland. So probably we'll talk about a little bit more later. But now let's get ready for Ceilidh band rehearsal for the Ceilidh band that my wife plays in. So Fleadh 2024 is over. It's Sunday morning. As with all of events like this, my wife and I are both absolutely exhausted. My wife did exceptionally well in this competition. Myself, not too much, but you know what? I gave it my absolute best shot, and that's all anyone can ask of themselves. Well, I've got several hundred photos to edit from the weekend, and once I get back home, I'm going to give a complete after Fleadh report on this video. This is our third Fleadh. It's been really, each of them, an incredible experience in their own way. I'm going to be very honest, this was my least favorite. The hotel that they chose for this had some major issues that affected our event. And there were some other things that went on, but still I got to hang out with old friends, make new friends, play lots and lots of music. So stand by through these pictures for a wrap-up. So I had a couple of days to digest my Fleadh 2024 experience, and I want to give an honest review, the good and the not so good. Let's start off with the hotel. We were at the Crowne Plaza in Northbrook, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. The facility was pretty nice. A couple things detracted from our experience. Number one, it's a huge hotel with what appears to be only 2 elevators, and one of the elevators was out of service the entire weekend. With this massive crowd coming in for this huge event, I would have thought they would have expedited getting that elevator fixed. For those of us that have some mobility issues, that was a big deal. That really did detract from the weekend. The other thing is, I don't think the hotel staff was adequately prepared for the amount of people that were going to be there for this event. That really kind of surprises me, because this is a hotel that apparently caters to conventions, but they were friendly, they were all nice, but they were overwhelmed, and it did cause a few issues. The other thing was the rooms. There was a lot of bleed over So you would be trying to compete and you would hear the competition from the next room over. Now I'm used to playing in bars and pubs and things like that, so ambient noise is not an issue for me, but especially in the children's competition, that was a really big issue. So I hope the powers that be may think about that for the next Fleadh, especially for the sake of the children. The other thing is, the competition ran pretty smoothly, but communication was a real issue, and it affected a lot of us. So in my particular competition, I got a set of rules, and then literally 30 minutes before the competition, just from another competitor, I found out there was yet another list of rules that I was supposed to have prepared for, and I had no idea. They did allow me to compete, but they let me know right off because I wasn't following this other set of rules that I had no idea about. It wasn't in my packet, that I could not qualify. That was really disheartening, and I struggled with that a lot. One of my fellow competitors, a guitarist, an incredibly talented guitarist, by the way, he also did not qualify on the basis of some rules that he didn't know existed, and that, for whatever reason, none of us received. He did his thing, and the adjudicator told him, "You're an excellent, outstanding player, but you're supposed to do this and this and this." And he's like, "How do I find that out?" It's kind of assumed that everybody's going to know this. Everybody doesn't know things like that. To organizers of an event like this, be sure and give everybody accurate, complete information so they know what they're supposed to be doing. All in all, it was a great event. The Indianapolis Ceilidh Band did qualify to go play in Ireland. They did a exceptionally good set. They, I believe, were the best I've ever heard them. I got to play in some sessions. I got to meet some new people. I got to see people I only get to see at events like this. So overall, a positive experience. But I hope next year that the organizers take note of these things and make it a little more accessible. So anyway, there's a wrap up. Fleadh 2024, Northbrook, Illinois. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for following along.